Hey everyone, it is day 28 in our daily devotional Food for the Soul, and today we have a very special guest, someone who brings joy to my heart. Every time they ask a question, sometimes I may be like, okay, Jeff, all right, this may be the 100th question, but I learned something, and this is very important. This is from the bottom of my heart, I really mean it sincerely, that the day you stop asking questions is the day you stop learning. It is proven that as kids we ask hundreds of questions. Daddy this, mommy this. And you raise up your hand, you want to know because you're intaking so much information. And sometimes as people, as parents, we have to be like patient because it's not the fact that they just want to bug you. No, it's just that they're learning. Kids are learning and they're intaking. But what happens is that they get to an age where we sometimes, as human beings, as an adults, push like, okay, stop, you know? And so we get to the point where it's like, no more questions. Like, at middle school, you don't want to raise your question because it's gonna you don't want to be that kid who asked the dumb question when in reality it's the question that everybody wants to ask, but yet you are the only one asking it. And I want to thank you on behalf of everybody else. I'm pretty sure that at one point in time you've asked a question that I'm sure others have wanted answered, but you were brave enough to ask. So keep on asking your questions. Don't stop, because when you stop, it's the time that eventually you will stop learning. So, besides that, it is someone who also, oh man, the passion behind what you do and what they do is it's amazing. It brings inspiration to me after hearing her speak. It's every single time she does something, it seems like I know that she wants to do it to the best of her ability, and you can see it and feel it. So without further ado, here's our special guest invite for today.
God bless you, guys. Thank you, Jeff, for this amazing opportunity that you've given me. So I just want to get right into it, and I hope you guys can learn something today. I'm not only speaking to myself, but to you guys, I hope you guys can learn and take it in. So I kind of wanted to start off not by a verse, but by a question. And they're simple. You guys can answer it if you guys want to. But I'm also asking this question because it's also for myself. So I wrote it down in my notes, but do you ever feel that bad things just keep happening to you? That no matter what you do or what you don't do, life continues to hurt you and humiliate you? And to answer the question, yeah. I've felt that many times of my life. I've gone through different events that you guys probably have gone through, different things that you have felt that way, that whatever you do and what you don't do, life just keeps hitting you in the face and it keeps hurting you. I have definitely felt that. I'm human, I have feelings. I've gone through things that I felt like I can't anymore, and I've gone through a depressed state. And when we go through things like that, it is a time that we must seek God, even though we don't want to. And it's crazy to say, like, oh, you have to seek God when you're depressed. You have to seek God when you're down. It's hard. It's hard because you feel like nothing can lift you up in that moment. You feel like nobody can relate to you. You feel like, oh, God made me go through this and I can't go back up. Like, He's not going to help me. Like, He made me go through this. Like, why? If He wanted me to be happy, He would have not let me go through this. It's just the matter of you seeking Him, and when you seek Him, He will lift you up. And it's for a reason too. Everything that we go through in life is for a reason. And honestly, the thought of seeking God is like, it's like when I'm depressed today, God's not gonna make me happy in the next minute. Like, it's a commitment we have to give to seek God to get that. joy back from that depression that we felt that life just keeps coming at us. Just an example, like us as teenagers, we like to watch shows, we like to watch movies, we like to watch things which is a commitment. Watch movie series, they're like commitments. You have to wait a year later until that movie comes out. It's a commitment that we give. The same thing that we give for those shows and those movies is the same commitment we have to give to God, to seek Him, so we can gain that joy from Him. And honestly, it's like, as humans, we obviously automatically think and get discouraged to seek God, because in our mind, we think it's going to be hard, but we have to have that mindset of, okay, if I seek God, I'm going to gain this from Him. If I seek God, He's going to lift me back up. We can't have that mindset of, have that mindset of, it's going to be hard for me. Like, giving an excuse isn't a reason for you not to seek God. And honestly, an excuse that you can actually give to God is, I'm going through this, so I'm going to go seek for Him. That is a good excuse. But I kind of want to read this verse. I can't say it in English, I'm going to say it in Spanish. Deteronomio 31:6. And it's in the easy version. And it says, be strong and be brave. Do not be afraid of them, because the Lord your God goes with you, and He will never leave nor forget you. Sorry. That verse, and put that verse in this topic because, there's moments in life where I felt, or maybe you have felt that, well, I feel like God's not listening to me. I feel like God forgot about me. I feel like, I can't anymore. This verse states, He will never leave nor forget you, because God goes with you every step of the way. That is something that this verse spoke to me, and I have it written in my notes for a reason, because the verse also states to be strong and be brave. So that event, or maybe something that you're going through right now, God is telling you to be strong and to be brave and to not be afraid, because He is with you. He is every step of the way with you, and when He's not going to forget about you. And sometimes, even then, when somebody's telling you, oh, God is with you, God's not forgetting about you, even then, we still feel hurt. We're humans, and we still feel hurt. And God still sees that. And He sees when we are hurting. He sees our pain, our secret fears, our anxieties, what disappoints us. He sees that. He sees when we give that fake smile and that fake laugh, even though behind that laugh and that smile, we are depressed, we are sad. And He sees that. He sees that, and He's not ignoring you. He's not ignoring your cries whatsoever. He just sees it. In Psalms 56:8, in NTV version, it says, you keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle. You have recorded each one in your book. So even when we can't speak, our tears speaks words only God can interpret. Our pain, our sorrows, our tears, God is the only one to receive those words He's receiving from that pain, and He's the only one to interpret it, what it means. No one can feel that way. No one. God can't. God's the only one that understands that. He's the only one that sees your pain. He's the only one that feels what you're going through and sees it. And He's always going to be with you. And it's the sense that we have to seek God more. We have to. An example that I can give you guys, in the Bible it says there are fruits, right? And those fruits are love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness and self-control. Those are 9 fruits. In the Bible it says that those are the fruits that we should have, and those are the fruits that we should give to the world and to people around us. And, joy is part of that fruit. Joy is that fruit that we need to have and we need to obtain. And it's not like you can just go and get joy the next day or the next minute, or like the fruits, Yes, you can buy the fruit the next day. Yes, you can get it and eat it. But the fruit of joy, it's something that we have to work for and get it, Like, where does that fruit come from? Where does that fruit from the grocery come from? And where does it start? It starts from a seed. And so that joy, we have to work for it. When we're depressed, that joy, that seed, we have to work for it and obtain it. And by working is by seeking God. So an example can be, okay, I got this seed and I'm going to plant it. And it's the seed joy. I water it, I put it in the sunlight, and I'm working hard for this seed to grow. And in my life, I'm depressed and I want to plant that joy seed inside me. And so what I do to work hard is by reading the Bible, by seeking Him, by worshiping Him, by praying more. Those are the works I have to do so I can get the seed joy. So as you are working hard, watering the seed, you putting it in the sunlight and everything, and making sure the soil is good and moist, there's obviously going to be a random day where a storm comes and it's going to flood the seed. Just for our life, there's going to be a day where out of nowhere, my life is just where I feel, okay, an example, I get fired, I come home, I get news that my grandma died. That's the storm coming in to destroy that work I was going through, that hard work I was trying to get to. And God gives us that mindset and lets us go through that so He can see, like, are we going to give up or are we going to keep moving forward? And it says there, be brave, move forward in the Bible. I read it in the beginning. Be strong and be brave. Do not be afraid of them. It's in Deteronomio 31:6. So God sees that. And obviously, I'm like, no, I'm going to keep looking for God. I'm going to keep seeking for Him. And I worship Him 10 times more than I did before. So when that happens to the seed, when the storm came in, you start to restore it. You start to, okay, let me just change up the soil. Let me just water it less because there was too much water now. And once that seed turns into the fruit of joy, you already obtained that joy. Just at the sense, God lets us go through things so we can learn from it and also kind of give that message to other people, give that fruit to other people. They give that joy fruit on other people. And there's this verse I want to give you, and after this verse we are done. And it spoke a lot to me, and somebody actually sent me this verse, and now that verse is stuck with me and I have it saved in my notes. And it goes, Psalms 34, 5-6. And it says, if you trust the Lord to help you, you will be very happy. Your face will be bright and you will not be ashamed. I was weak and helpless, so I called out to the Lord. The Lord heard me. He saved me from all my troubles. So, seeking God, keep seeking for Him. He's going to give you that joy, that brightness in you, and people around you will notice that. You know that, wow, this sister was down here and now she's up here because God made you go through something. And not only that, you went through something and you've overcome it, but you also worked for it by reading his word. You're giving yourself the power of wisdom too. You know who God is. Um, so I kind of wanted to give you guys that last two verses that it spoke out really out to me so much, and it's one of my favorite verses. So I'm here to tell you guys that when you guys are down, when you guys feel like, wow, I can't go through this anymore. Like, God, like, if you don't do this, what am I gonna do? God is making you to go seek more for him, even though you feel like you can't anymore, even though you feel like I can't get up from my bed, you know. God is giving you that sense to seek him more so you could obtain that joy, and also for you to share it with others just in that matter. So I hope you guys have a blessed day. I really hope that you guys take this message in and you guys learn from it. And I hope you guys have a blessed day. Thank you, Jeff. Have a good one. Blessings.
Thank you, Janelle, for those words that bring us a reminder that our Father will never, never leave us despite how we feel sometimes. It is very important to understand that when we feel that way, we need to remind ourselves that he won't leave us. He holds every tear, every sorrow, every pain in his hands. As a father, I know you guys aren't parents yet, but as a parent, as a father, you don't understand to sometimes to the full extent what it feels to see your kid in pain. And I wish I could tell my kids I'll be here for you every single day of your life, but unfortunately I'm a human being and I can't promise that. I don't know what tomorrow brings for me, but someone who I know for a fact will be there for the rest of your life, guiding you, guarding you, and providing that love and that joy when you feel that sadness is our Father in heaven. I know a lot of you have been through hard issues and times, and it's hard to find that joy, but it's a fruit that you need to understand. It's a difference from joy and happiness. And joy, once you understand the content of what joy fully is, and when you have it and you hold on to it, regardless of the situations you're going through, as you begin to grow spiritually, your spirit bring that forth, and you find this joy. Not to say like in a like oh happy, like if some bad situation happens. No, the joy that comes out comes in a way that lets you know everything will be fine. You know what? We're gonna get through this, and that's what joy does. It's not the same thing as happiness. It's something totally different. Yes, it brings happiness, but it lets you push through sometimes those hard situations. So hold on to that joy. Begin to develop it, as Janelle said. Begin to water it and feed it through the Word and through the relationship with God, and you begin to realize that joy cannot be taken away from you. Joy is always there in your heart, resonating, and God wants to bring it out every single time He can when you're going through hardships and troubles and sorrows and pain, because it's something we all need to hold on. So thank you very much for the words, Janelle. It meant a lot, and God bless each and every one of you. Love you.